night was dense with shadows, and a chill wind whispered through the trees outside my window. I lay in bed, trying to ignore the feeling of unease that had settled over me like a suffocating blanket. It had been weeks since I first noticed the signs, the flickering lights, the inexplicable drafts, and the sense of being watched. But tonight was different. Tonight, I could feel its presence looming closer, darker. I closed my eyes tightly, hoping to shut out the dread that clawed at my insides. Sleep remained elusive, and the room felt heavy with a palpable malevolence. Suddenly, the air turned icy, and my breath misted before me. I could sense that I was no longer alone. Then came the whispers, a sinister murmur that seemed to slither through the air. My name, uttered in a voice that was both hollow and chilling, echoed in the darkness. Sarah. My heart pounded as I struggled to sit up, my gaze darting around the room. Shadows danced at the edges of my vision, taking on sinister shapes that seemed to leer and taunt. Panic seized me, but I couldn't move. Paralyzed with fear, I listened helplessly to the voices that seemed to emerge from the very walls. Night after night, it tormented me. The demonic presence toyed with my sanity, leaving me exhausted and fragile. I sought refuge in the daylight hours, but even then, I could feel its eyes on me, following my every move. One evening, as twilight descended and the world grew dim, I heard it again, the whispers, growing louder and more insistent. This time, I couldn't ignore them. I followed the voice, drawn to the basement like a moth to flame. The stairs creaked underfoot, and the air grew thick with dread. In the dim glow of a flickering bulb, I saw it. A figure cloaked in darkness, its eyes burning like hot coals. I stumbled back, terror flooding my senses. The figure advanced, its presence suffocating. I tried to scream, but no sound escaped my throat. As it drew closer, I felt a searing pain tear through me, a pain that was both physical and spiritual. The room spun, and I realized I was losing myself to this malevolent force. In that moment of despair, a surge of defiance rose within me. I clenched my fists and screamed, mustering all the strength I had left. "Leave me alone!" I cried, my voice raw with desperation. The figure recoiled, its form wavering like smoke in the wind. For a heartbeat, everything was still. Then, with a final haunting wail, the presence dissipated, leaving behind only a lingering sense of dread. I collapsed to the floor, trembling and drained. The night was silent once more, but I knew deep down that this was not over, that this encounter was only the beginning of a battle that would test my courage and resilience. Days turned into nights, and I remained vigilant, haunted by the memory of that demonic presence. Yet, with each passing day, I found strength in the knowledge that I had faced my fear and survived. But as I lay in bed tonight, listening to the wind outside, a chilling thought lingers. Was it truly gone, or was this just the calm before the storm?